Hello everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside, and this video is now getting to the crucial bit of where I'm testing quite a few of my drains, which I know will probably cause me problems, if there are going to be problems, that is. Because what I don't want to do obviously is to bolt all this stuff down and paint it, etc., and find that some or one of the locos doesn't like it. So now is the time to change it, should that be the case. But touch wood, I've tested quite a few, and yeah, all works absolutely fine. There's no fouling at all from anything hitting that final edge there at the end, or that one there. And what you will see after this little bit of the video is some of the trains which I thought would probably cause problems, and you'll be pleased to know that none of them did. They all went through very nicely, very smoothly. Absolute dream now, this piece of track, to compare to what it was. I'm so pleased that I've done this. It seemed a little bit of an overkill perhaps initially, but it really does make a difference to the running of this track on Lakeside. So my next step is really to make this platform the same method as which I've made that one. That one's come out very, very well, and if I can show you, that is the distance I've got between now the edge of the platform and the trains. Now obviously these are HST parked up here, but they're all basically the same. If you look here, there is a gap obviously here, but that's not the step. There's the step up to the coach itself, and that is that's as damn tight as I can get it without anything else fouling. So that's worked out okay. I'm really pleased with this. Nice and tight. So nothing that I've tested fouls. So that's brilliant news, either at the ends or on the sides here. And I've tested a couple of steamers which have got external cylinders, as you know, and some of them are quite wide, especially my 38XX, and what's the other one? I can't remember. The WD Austerity, same thing, and they're fine, no problems. I've tested this Class 350 because that will be using platform 1 quite a bit, and that enters from that curve point up there, if you can see it, just there. That enters and exits absolutely fine, but I am going to relay this part of the track, as you know, so I'm going to sweep it round a bit more to here, so that it's close to because that's the edge of the platform there really. So this track will come in tighter. So that's it. So now I can carry on and build this platform here, platforms 1 and 2. I can finish off platforms 3 and 4 as regards painting it. I've sussed out now what I'm going to do down here. So I won't say anything on that until I've done it, but I know what to do on that now. I've spent about an hour not doing anything, but just planning it out in my head and drawing it up, and I'm okay with that now. I'm waiting for the delivery for the special little train I've got there, the loco. The buffet car you've seen. So I think that's about it. So the next part of the video will be you seeing the locos which I've pulled out, which I think would cause problems. Some of them are because, like, there's the Cock of the North, which is a 282, I think, or 280. Because it's got 8 driving wheels, I was a little bit concerned about it going over these points, but absolutely no problem at all. Little 060 diesel shunters, whether they were cut out, nope, they were fine. So yeah, everything went through absolutely perfectly. So very pleased with that. So it's all looking good at the moment. It's a bit scary that I'm not having any problems. What I want to do is try and eliminate anything at this stage before I go any further, which I think, I can't 100% guarantee, but I think I've done as much as I can. But there's always something, isn't there, which will probably come along and bite you up the bum, which you don't think about. I've done the APT-E as well, and no problems on that. That goes round. I didn't do it across this because it will never ever run on the inner track. It won't go round, it's too tight. So all I did was run it past the platform. I know it goes around the rest, which is what I've done, but I knew that would be okay there anyway. But what I didn't know, obviously, was if it would foul either end of this new platform, which it doesn't. It's absolutely fine. So I think I've got all bases covered, but as I say, you never know, but I've given it a good whack anyway. So there we go. So sit back and you'll see some of the locos being tested. Okay, that's all for now. So bye for now. Bye. Right, just to finish off the video, I just want to go through very quickly with you with what my intentions are as regards the platform edging down here, the concrete, the way I'm going to paint it, and the top surface, and also just briefly mention about the signal box. As you know, I do a lot of reference first before I start committing myself to certain things. Just so I can get an idea of probably not the correct way, but where I get something which is reasonably similar to what is actually happening in real life. So I do a lot of research on Google, getting photographs, watching videos, etc. And this hasn't changed on this occasion, on the platform and on the signal box. Now, you know that at the very beginning of this I was humming and hawing as whether to have the signal box on the platform or on the ground over there, and decided that it looked absolutely fabulous on the platform. Not only does it look fabulous, but it makes the platform longer, and also to me it just looks right. And it looks right because I found a photograph of an Art Deco signal box on Google, and it's of Templecombe. And I started looking and comparing this picture with the model, and it is incredibly similar, because I think what must happen is that there must be a plan of these particular Art Deco signal boxes, and they're just built many times over according to the plan. Now if you look, you will see just here a lintel and a blocked up window here and here, and if you look at the model, those two windows are there. So obviously at some stage this had the two windows, but they decided to block it off. Likewise, just here, when I zoom in, you can see that there is a lintel being taken out just there, and new brickwork here, because there was a doorway there, obviously taken out and bricked in, and that is the doorway there. Going into further details, let's just move this over a bit, even down to this drain pipe here, and this pipe work here, and a vent. You look at the model, there is one drain pipe there, the vent, and the other drain pipe. I mean, that's pretty accurate. It really is pretty accurate. And of course, Templecombe is sitting on a platform. And this is the other reference I wanted. I wanted the reference to see how concrete actually weathers down, and you can see from here that it's basically, you've still got the concrete here and all the way along, but there's an awful lot of weathering happening around here with the dirt from the track and the damp coming up. It's even, the colour's not coming out great on here, but the ballast on this photograph is virtually the same colour as the ballast I've got on here too. So that is a perfect picture for me, absolutely perfect. If I come out, that gives you a better indication of the photograph. That gives me all the information I want, including the white lining on the edge. It's got the yellow line on it, obviously, because it's a new photograph, which I won't be doing the yellow line, but I will be doing the white line. They haven't got the white coming down over the edge, which I've seen on some platforms, but I will be putting the white line on the top and on the edge too. I think I just prefer it that way, it just tends to neaten it off. Anyway, that really is just to show you the next stage of this platform, where I should be painting it and how I should be painting it. So the top here, will be a tarmac finish, but it won't be a flat colour. I will try and do variations on the theme so you get damp patches, perhaps where it's been raining, or it's an infill where it's been repaired. So I wanted to create that kind of texture on here as well. So I just thought I'd finish this video up with just really explaining what I will be doing as regards to painting of the platform. The buildings, I'm not too sure about these yet. These are from the old platform I had. I've put them on there for now, and I'm at the moment researching platform buildings and canopies. And one of the things I want to do on this version is on platforms 1 and 2, this one, I want to have this very, very plain. All I want on there is one sitting room, waiting room, and a long canopy so people don't get wet. And the reason for that is that I do a lot of videoing from here, as you know, and what I found on the previous one was that having buildings here stopped a lot of it. So I'm having platforms 1 and 2 quite sparse as regards buildings, and then I will have the main buildings on 3 and 4. And what we have to remember is that these 2 platforms were the original platforms for Lakeside when it was first formed many years ago. The terminus only came about later on in life as the town and the city started becoming bigger. Then they made room for a terminus, but the terminus was secondary to the main platform. So these 2 platforms I want to look old and original but updated, so that I can in fact have reasonably old buildings but updated to a modern standard, if that makes sense. So there will be a difference between the buildings, perhaps between these 2 buildings and what's happening over there, but I will be treating or rebuilding these 2 platforms to this style, because again these are Metcalfe platforms, and you can see how they've, well, you might not be able to, but they've sunk in the middle, and you can see the support braces going across diagonally underneath, hence the reason for getting rid of them. So there you go. I'll bring this to an end. It's dragging on a bit. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. So bye for now.